Hi there guys, so Derek Chisora versus David Price, one of the most intriguing matchups in British boxing. Now obviously you would have to sway towards Derek Chisora being the favourite going into this fight, but you cannot count out David Price because he always seems to claw his way back and salvage something from his career, and maybe this could be the defining moment for him. Now, it is a very intriguing fight because we don't know what is going to happen, who is going to win, who is going to land first. Can Price stand up to the power of Derek Chisora? You would think not. But then again, on the flip side, can Derek Chisora stand up to the power of David Price? He is one of the heaviest hitters in the heavyweight division, but there are vulnerabilities there. Pricey always seems to struggle going down the stretch. The mid to late rounds seem to be his Achilles heel. He also struggles when he cannot figure an opponent out. I think he panics, gets a bit nervous, and that drains all of the energy out of him. He's a big guy, so he drains a lot of energy just moving around the ring anyway. But that mental, nervous energy, that seems to drain David Price, because Price seems to become uneasy when he does not know what to do with his opponents. And we know that Derek Chisora maybe is a bit one-dimensional, so he will just come forward and try and land on Price. He will not be afraid to let his hands go. Whereas Dave Allen was a little bit tentative when he got close to David Price, and when he closed that distance, he didn't really let his hands go. But we know that Derek Chisora will, and Chisora will try and make Price feel his power early, whereas Price will try to establish that jab. Price will try and weather the early storm and onslaught from Chisora, because Chisora will start fast and try and offset Price, because that is the best way to make Price feel uncomfortable. That is to put him under pressure. Now, I believe that Chisora will hunt for Price's insecurities and will try and take centre ring so that David Price cannot get that jab going, because if David Price does get that jab going, he has a very good jab and he might be able to keep Derek Chisora on the outside. As I said, if David Price can come through that early onslaught from Derek Chisora, then he can put himself in good stead going further down the stretch in the fight. But obviously there's always the worry that David Price is going to start gassing. He didn't in his last fight, but as I said, he was fighting it on his own terms. In this fight, he will not be able to, because Chisora will just keep coming and he will bob and weave and try and get past that jab to try and land some power shots, whereas David Price cannot have a firefight with Derek Chisora. He has to box him. That is his only chance, I believe, in this fight. Price will likely draw inspiration from Chisora's fight against Vitaly Klitschko, who struggled with Chisora at times but kept Chisora on the outside with a mean jab and a pelting right hand anytime Chisora closed the distance. If Chisora does get close though, then it is game over for Price, because when Chisora starts unloading, then I don't believe that David Price will be able to stand up to the barrage of punches from Derek Chisora. And Chisora has shown in his last fight he can be explosive and he can close the show when he does get a fighter hurt. And David Price is renowned for being a bit vulnerable. So David Price, as I said, he needs to weather the early storm, whereas Derek Chisora needs to make Price feel uncomfortable. So there are many ways that this fight can go. It can go in the way that Price outboxes Derek Chisora early and maybe he doesn't have those problems he normally has in the mid to late rounds. But also you could have Derek Chisora completely obliterating Price, just walking through his punches to land his own. Because we know Derek Chisora is happy to take a few to land a few. But remember, David Price is very powerful. He's one of the most powerful punchers in the heavyweight division. So if he can keep Derek Chisora honest, which perhaps he can, because as I said, Derek Chisora will just walk through punches, then maybe Price has a chance if he can keep Derek Chisora on the outside. He needs to box him. I think, to be honest, that's the only way David Price wins this fight. He cannot go in there and have a firefight with Derek Chisora. He won't come out on top. Much as Derek Chisora can't box David Price because he won't come out on top. So Derek Chisora needs to take the fight to David Price, and David Price needs to keep Derek Chisora on the outside. But if Derek Chisora does close that distance and get on the inside and start unloading on Price, then it could be an early night for Derek Chisora. But anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this fight? The Battle of Britain. Two big heavyweights clashing at the O2 on October 26th. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.